Hi and welcome to Inside This Music Box. I'm Erin and I'm a primary school and high school music teacher in Sydney, Australia. So as you can see from the title of the video, this is all about the lifestyle changes I'm making this term in order to have a better work-life balance and increase my productivity. The main motivator behind these changes I'm going to talk through has actually been through Instagram. I follow a lot of Australian teachers on Instagram, and one that I always keep up to date with and watch all of her stories and look at all of her posts is our creative classroom. She's super down to earth and very, very relatable. When she shared on her story about this Facebook group that was made by Teach Tea Type, all to do with teachers supporting each other in term 4 with their health and fitness goals, I decided that's a really good idea and I need to get amongst it. So I joined the group, and our creative classroom also made an Instagram account for this Healthy Teachers Australia, and it has been so motivating that I have been really excited to improve my health and fitness. The main reason it's motivating me so well compared to just wanting to do it for my health or whatever is because all the teachers on there have just as many, if not way more, excuses as to why not to exercise. Lack of time and energy were always my main excuse as to why I wasn't living the lifestyle I thought I could be leading. Anyway, so I joined this Facebook page and it has been awesome. I also cannot handle Instagram fitness people. Like, they just make me angry and they all look perfect, and it's actually not motivating at all for me. It just makes me annoyed. So it's really nice just seeing normal teachers with normal bodies working towards their fitness goals, and so many of them are smashing it, and it's so exciting, and everyone's like really proud of each other, and it's really nice. So I'm going to just take you through the changes I've made. These are not all to do with health and fitness. However, these changes mean I have more time and energy to do things for my health. So here we go. So the first thing is sleep. I get up at 5:30 in the morning. So the idea of getting up at that time without getting 8 hours of sleep before it is gross. Like, I don't want to do that. I love my sleep and I prioritize it. So I do get to bed at 9:30, even though my housemates are all still awake for at least 2 hours after me. As someone with epilepsy, it's really important for my health to get enough sleep, because lack of sleep can lead to seizures, even if you're on medication. So in order to not deal with that, I make sure I prioritize my sleep, and that is something I've stuck with all year. Now into some work stuff. The first big change that I've done this term has been to stay at school until all my work is done, to not take work home with me. Taking work home with me was a trap I really fell into for the other 3 terms of the year. So my home wasn't an exclusively relaxing place because my work followed me home. As a very extra teacher, I prepare a lot for my classes and my ensembles that I take. I really care about what my students think about my lessons, and so I try my best to make it really engaging and for them to learn a lot. That's not to say this always works, but that is my intention. And because I'm so overly committed, I find it really difficult to stop doing work. So when I was taking my work home with me, that meant I didn't know how to stop doing work because I care probably too much. Staying at school until my work is done. That was hard, because if you've had a bit of a crap day, sometimes you just want to go home. But I have been staying at work, and even if that ends up being until 7 o'clock like it did one day, as bad as leaving school at 7 o'clock is, it is so nice coming home and knowing that your work is done. And I've actually been really quite taken aback by how relaxing my home feels now that I don't take my work home with me. And when I'm sitting at home knowing that my laptop is at school and I actually can't do work even if I wanted to, and so I just end up getting to do stuff that is good for me, not just good for all these other people. So there are a couple of things that I have to make sure I do before I leave work, and this is on a little to-do list, and so obviously I have to plan for the next day of lessons. Sometimes that's already in my head, that's sorted. Sometimes I've planned it way in advance, so I don't actually need to think about it. I just have to get some things together or print stuff. The second thing I do is prepare for my ensembles, which are usually the next morning. I take 6 co-curricular groups at my school. So I do 2 ukulele ensembles, a recorder ensemble, a junior rock band, I'm assistant for the choir, and then a composers group. Now, not all of these I have to prepare for, but I make sure I get all my prep for my ensembles done because there is no time in the morning because they'll start at 7:30 whether I like it or not. Then I sort out emails, and this is something that I feel like I've revolutionized how I do emails now. I have about 1 billion different email folders, and I know it's usually really annoying to have to file emails. And as teachers, you get so many emails a day, it's actually stupid. I could just scroll for days with the amount of emails I had because I just hadn't sorted them. So in the holidays, I sorted the last term's worth of emails into all these different folders, and then I just moved the rest of them to a random folder to sort later, which I probably won't ever do. But anyway, so now when I get emails, I either file them straight away if I don't actually have to do anything about them, or if I get an email that I need to deal with but can't deal with straight away, it sits in my inbox until it's done, and then I file it. This means that on a day-to-day basis, at the beginning of the day, before I've gotten any emails, I have maybe 3 emails sitting in my inbox that I'll have to deal with, and that's a really, really nice feeling. Something else I've done at school in order to be more productive is I have a new way of doing my to-do lists, and I learned this from a YouTube video that I can't remember, but basically the first section is important and urgent, the second section is not important and urgent, the third thing is important and not urgent, and the fourth thing is not important and not urgent. So now when I look at my list, I see exactly what I need to do and when I need to do it. The things that I want to do are in the not important and not urgent things because they're more fun usually. So every time I add something new to my list, I have to really think about whether it is important or not and whether it is urgent or not, and that has actually been very helpful in sorting out my priorities. Another thing I've been doing at school in order to increase my productivity, but also just my positivity in general, is not engaging in any sort of negative chat about school. Teachers in absolutely every school on the entire planet will talk negatively about school. In the same way that every single workplace, people will talk negatively about being at work. However, this isn't something that I want to do, and it's really easy to fall into the trap of doing that. So instead of engaging in conversations with people that I know are more inclined to speak negatively about work, I just don't engage in those conversations. I keep those conversations short with those people, and I go to my desk and I put on my noise cancelling headphones and get my work done. Also, just as a side note, noise cancelling headphones are your best friend. People see your headphones on, they don't talk to you. That's not to say I don't want people to talk to me, but really, if I want to get stuff done, I need to shut up. Also, it blocks out any sort of chatter that I'm hearing in our staff room, which means that I have to stop eavesdropping. I just am desperate to know the drama at school, or basically in any situation ever. I found it really easy and very distracting in the staff room to hear people talking about anything and everything and eavesdropping and trying to get the goss and the drama on stuff. And so now I put my headphones on and I just get my work done and I stop eavesdropping and being nosy. It has left me in a better headspace and with more time and energy in order to achieve other lifestyle goals, mainly related to health and also things I like that I never made time for before. And the final thing that I've been doing this term is every single day reflecting on the day in just a sentence or two. I make my own teacher planner, and so at the bottom of the page for this term I added a section that has a validating moment and then a moment to learn from. My validating moment is just a little moment or something that happened at school which validates why I want to be a teacher, that makes me feel really good. And so, for instance, yesterday in my diary I was able to write, this student said that music was his favorite subject and he loves music. Another day last week, my validating moment was that kids said they feel really relaxed in their room and they really like being in my classroom, which is very validating for all the hours I spent working on the classroom. So it's really nice to hear kids saying that about the room. And the other section, the learning moment, is something that I can learn from as a teacher, and I think it's important for all teachers to reflect on how they can improve. But especially as a now second year teacher, I think it's important that I note down just very briefly what I can learn from that situation. It's not always the easiest thing to write, but I think in the long run it will be beneficial for me to be reflecting on my teaching every single day. So those are the things that I always make sure I get done before I leave school, and it has been working so far and I'm a big fan of it. So meal prepping is something that it seems like really successful people do, and something that I just never thought I could do. It's doable, but it also requires a lot of thinking, which is why I hadn't done it before, but it makes so much sense. So I've begun meal prepping this term. I try and keep things not scheduled on Sunday so I can just have a life day and get lots of stuff done around the house that I need to do, including grocery shopping and meal prepping. Can't guarantee whether I'll do this for the whole term, but I really would like to. One of the main benefits to actually planning your meals, apart from the fact that you're prepared for the week and you have food for lunch for the whole week, is that you can actually plan them to be healthy. So changing my food choices has been coming from actually planning my meals and meals that are healthy that I'm actually excited to eat, because a lot of healthy things I'm not interested in whatsoever. Like, I'm never going to be a person who just eats like brown rice and chicken and broccoli for the whole week for lunch. Like, I just can't do that ever. When it comes to exercise, my main goal for this term was basically just to break a sweat every day. This kind of freed things up for me, so I didn't make a promise to myself to go to the gym every day or to go for a run every day, because one, I hate running, and two, I don't love going to the gym. The things I've been doing fitness-wise is I have either been doing a dance workout from the Fitness Marshall, which highly recommend. I mean, I do it when everyone's asleep in my house, first thing in the morning, like 5:30 in the morning, with like wireless headphones on, and no one can see me, and there's not a chance anyone will walk in on me doing these really embarrassing dance workouts. So I do that first thing in the morning, probably like every other morning. That is a really good way to like work up a sweat really quick. Like, I do a couple of the different songs on his YouTube channel, and then I just get ready for my day. The main thing I've been doing for exercise is going to the gym in the apartment complex I'm in. It has done wonders for my posture, even though it probably doesn't look like it because I'm sitting cross-legged on my bed. I've had many gym memberships in my life, and I've paid for many months without using it. And I'm very fortunate that the building I live in now has a gym and a pool in it, which is awesome. Luckily, my boyfriend has been going to the gym with me and is very, very good at being motivating and encouraging. In order to make the gym more enjoyable, apart from being there with my boyfriend, which is very nice, that's the majority of my motivation to go there. But also, I bring my phone and I download Netflix onto it, and I will watch TV shows that I'm really loving. Downloading TV shows that you really wanted to watch anyway and watching them at the gym means that you basically can do the Netflix binge you were going to do anyway, but you can also get some health benefits at the same time. So that's nice. Or listening to an album that's like full of bangers, i.e. Ariana Grande, Sweetener. The final thing I began towards the end of last term, which is to do with something I enjoy that I had been putting off for a long time, is singing regularly and playing guitar and ukulele. Obviously, I do this at work every single day. However, I don't do it for myself every day. And so what I started doing towards the end of last term was filming covers on my Instagram story. And Instagram stories are only 15 seconds long, so I'd film part of a cover, or I'd film the whole thing and then pick my favorite 15 seconds and then post on Instagram every single day. I've done it for the last 40 days. And that's something I'm proud of, and I haven't missed a day, and I've really been enjoying relearning songs that I haven't played for a long time and trying to figure out a new song to do every single day, and it's so much fun. It's been really nice to prioritize music in my day as a music teacher. I know lots of music teachers just stop playing their instrument, and I find that super, super sad. And so I'm glad that I've worked into my schedule a way to maintain my love for music and singing. The positive things I've been seeing as a result of these changes I've made have been being more productive at work and spending less time doing work, getting better sleep, being more positive, being more reflective and introspective about my teaching, the health benefits to exercising and all of that, and eating better, having better posture and feeling stronger, which is really nice as someone who has had a horrendous back and posture for my entire life, and achieving goals that I have wanted to achieve for a really long time but always made excuses for it. None of these have become habits yet. It will still take many weeks in order to create a habit, but I'm hoping I can do that. I highly recommend the Facebook group to any other Australian teachers who want to kick some health and fitness goals in term 4. It's very reaffirming and motivating. I'm really enjoying the changes I've made, and I am hoping that I can maintain these throughout the term. Let me know what you think about this in the comments. I would love to hear from you. Unless you're one of my students, I do not want to hear from you in the comments. I will delete your comment. You can talk to me about it at school if you must. Thank you for watching this video, especially if you made it all the way to the end. I am aware I'm incredibly inconsistent with when I post videos, and that's because I'm a teacher and I'm going to use that excuse till the cows come home. So I will post another video sometime, can't guarantee when. Maybe I'll make an update video at the end of the term to see whether I've been able to maintain all these changes or it's all fallen to crap. If you'd like to see an update video at the end of the term, let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one, whenever it is.
Should have known passing through the gate that once inside I could not escape. I never thought this could happen to me. Eyes wide with starlight falling in my new dress and memory. Love is more hesitant. The same kiss me.